Welcome here to Preston Point Reserve, home of the East Fremantle Lacrosse Club. We're bringing you the last game of the day. It is the men's semi-final between South Australia and Western Australia. Winner will go through and play Victoria in the grand final tomorrow. My name's Pete Greenhalgh. I'm joined by Shandell Oliver. We've been working together all day. Shandell, what a day. It's been fantastic.
So fun, Pete. This has just been a great day of lacrosse. That last game, an absolute cracker. For anyone who was listening, they would have heard that I started to stumble towards the end with it being so close.
Yeah, one goal in favour of the WA girls. Stole it in the last minute, and the Victorians were devastated. But on the flip side, WA were elated. And the boys will be hoping to do the same in this game. We're about to get underway. What do you got? Any predictions, Shandell?
Look, I think SA put, like, these two teams played last night in the pool play game, and a big win, a good win for South Australia, put them going into this game confident. WA would have to be really working on their resilience with their players to make sure they're in the right headspace today to start this game on the first whistle and not let the game get away from them. Right now, I'm leaning towards SA to take this one out, but stranger things have happened. And I can see that WA are starting Mason in the goals. They've got a good starting lineup. With Tyson Gill in the face-off there. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting match. If it's anything like the last one, we're up for a game.
So last night's game played under lights here at East Freo. This one in the daylight. New goalies, so South Australia will not know where to shoot unless they've been watching some game tape. Tuxford for South Australia taking the opening face-off against Gill for WA. Players are down, waiting for the whistle. And we're off. No one really getting a good hold of it, but Tuxford finding the ball in his stick. Couldn't quite get it out, and we've got an illegal procedure. That doesn't really happen too often with young Caleb Tuxford. He's quite particular about his sticks. So WA with first possession. Frencham, he was a bit sore after last night's game. Saw him hobbling around a bit. So good to see him out on the field.
Yeah, great to have players back. You don't want anyone injured. WA with the first offensive set of the game, but looks like that's going to be a turnover. South Australia bring the ball back into play.
So bringing it down the field, South Australia's number 13, Clothier. He did a lot of work up and down last night too. Williams down to Attenborough. Called both of those names a lot last night. Great little poke check there by Inge Laidley, but picked up again by Attenborough. Matthews now with the ball. Vickery playing high. He played the bottom left yesterday, so just changing things up, South Australia. Matthews going up against the long, turns back inside, keeps his head up, nothing going, passes it off to Ross. Ross now comes inside, puts it on his left and shoots. Ross is great. He can go left and right. Great little player for South Australia. Backed up that shot was Max Williams.
That shot was really far out, but actually a nice looking shot. He just wasn't able to stick it.
Williams takes his player on, gets high, finds Matthews at the top. Matthews comes in on his left, goes back on his right. Gets his hands free. That's a great bounce shot. Good option as another ball is just donated to the gods of the Swan River, as TK would say. Tyler Mead uses his body to get through. Not a bad shot. Shandell, a bit frantic to start off with.
Yeah, I would say it's a high pressure game right now, so nerves might be kicking in for these players, but we've got a shot.
Tink, tink, tink. Attenborough just hitting the pipe, and WA closest to the ball where it went out, so they get the ball. Riga able to get that ball down to Everall, and now a bit of WA offense. McCracken.
I expect McCracken and Warren to be driving and really directing the offense here from Western Australia. That's what I've noticed over the previous couple of games, and there's Warren with the ball now.
Yeah, I thought Warren was a bit quiet last night, so it'll be good to see him step up and have a bit more effect on the game. Everall was good. He's going to take on his short stick defender. Good defence there by Ross. Tregurtha under a lot of pressure. Comes on the left. I'm not sure if that was a shot or not. No, they've called it a pass. So that will be a South Australia ball. Stopping the clocks. Ball's gone and just disappeared off the face of the earth by the looks of it. Zach Tremlett, official, calling for another ball. Gets one. Hands it off to Bias. Bryn Bias. Got a big body to get past and does so pretty easily in the end. And the South Australians now moving the ball around. Williams drives hard on his right. Just waiting for personnel updates. Oh, bad pass. Mills able to hold on to it. Ross goes up against the short stick, draws a second, looking for the free player. That's Kernaghan. Shot comes from Attenborough, and that is a goal, South Australia. They get first blood here in this semi-final, 1-0 South Australia. So Kernaghan didn't get much of a run last night, so he's on early and instant impact with that pass to Attenborough.
Yeah.
Good look.
Yeah, great look across the crease there to just find someone completely open. And Attenborough just backed himself on the shot.
Really good to see South Australia drawing the defender, dumping it across, finding the extra pass. And we've been saying it all day today. The good teams will find that extra pass to make sure the shot's taken by someone who's in the right spot. McGurr, affectionately known as Rooney, winning that one for South Australia. Mead now, just getting pushed out. Clothier, Matthews. Down to Attenborough. Williams at X. Williams taking on his player, looking for Mead inside. Matt Ross now has a long pole at the top, goes back onto his left, keeps his head up, which I really like. Williams now gets to Attenborough at X. Attenborough looking for something, giving himself some room, comes in hard on his player, gets his hands free and shoots. Not a bad shot, don't mind that play. And Vickery backing up the shot.
SA have got a lot of shots going wide again. I think it's just settling into the game.
Vickery now drives on his left side, finds Mead, and that's a great shot. Great play by the little left-hander Vickery to drive in on his player. Again, driving with his head up, finding Mead who puts that ball away. So South Australia with an early 2-goal lead now. Mead will be happy with that one. And Vickery should be as well. That was a great drive on his player. Tuxford up against Gill now again. Toby Virgo on the defensive wing for South Australia. Got a goal last night. From 3 attempts though. But still.
Third time's a charm.
He did a good job. Tuxford tries to get it out. He's been pushed down though by Gill. And so the South Australia will keep or get possession from that. Just unlucky, Tuxford fell over in front of Gill there, and as he was trying to steady himself, Gill had his hand in Tuxford's back. So just one of those unlucky ones, Shendell.
Yeah.
Williams, a fumble, picked up though by Barneville Lab. McGurr tries to go for a big body, but Rowan Glass, he was great last night. I really enjoyed watching him. He is able to retain possession. Still getting absolutely hassled by Virgo, and WA just calling a timeout. So WA coaches just steadying the ship here, just giving their team a bit of a breather.
Yeah, I would say the ball was just at the midline with Glass. I would say that Arfic Jackson's just going to draw up an offensive play here for WA and say this is what we're going to work on. They've got a great set of coaches, this team, all young, all still playing in the state league competition. Arfic Jackson, head coach, now coaching Subiaco, left Wembley this year to go and take a head coaching opportunity there. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot about the coaches, as you would about although I know the SA coaches quite well too.
Yeah.
But I think they've got some great leadership, and if they can keep their players in a resilient mindset, I think that will really help them. Mac Allen, who is their defensive coach, is the most chirpy. He doesn't stop talking all day. He's only got good things to say, and I think
good.
him leading the defense is something that young guys need.
And great to see Josiah Bidwell-Barton out here helping out the goalies.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want their Aussie goalie
Yeah.
as their coach?
And isn't he a character of the game with his long, flowing mullet?
Greasy mullet. Mullet.
He's good value, Jay. He's a really lovely fella as well.
That's what I said, like people are saying that there's a few interesting haircuts around. I said, we don't want to change it. I think it brings character to lacrosse. And if we were all the same, the world would be such a boring place. We need guys like Jay that are just going to keep us engaged.
Everell with the ball. Gets it over to Frensham. Frensham actually didn't play last night. So just being rested. I guess the game didn't really mean anything last night, did it? So nothing to lose.
Look at McCracken just sitting high at the top left side there. Oh, there's a push on the play. There's a penalty.
Be interesting to see what that call is. Still have possession. Not that that matters. It's the shot clock that counts. And WA moving the ball, big shot, and that is Frensham. That's what they missed last night, was someone to just stand up and shoot. And Will Frensham gets the first goal for WA. Penalty waved off. I think it was just the 30-second infringement for a push. But, geez, Will Frensham, they could have used him last night, but very smart just to let him have that game off. And now he's fresh for today.
You can see a little bit of a bandage around his knee. I'm not sure if they're just resting his body or if he's got something going on with the calf. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's not impacting his game. And we're back at the dot for the face.
Yeah, Frensham was another one of those players that played in the under-16 Aussie Sixers team. Mm-hmm. He was actually a captain of that team and did a great job over there. So good to see him out and about in this game today. The two face-off guys go at it. McGurr and Gill. Gill comes up with it this time, nice and clean to himself. Just flicks it out the back of his stick into his front and gets it to McCracken. Everell. Down to Glass. Has Warren at X, but runs it to X himself. It's a big boy, Glass. He's so tall.
Yeah, he's a giant, and he's been tall for years.
Shinsky has the shot, backed up by Glass. The ball's still in play. Everell tries to get it, but so does McInerney. Ball's still loose. Who's going to come up with it? Fighting harder, all the players. That is McInerney.
Oh, there's a bit chippy in that little scrum.
Ball's going red. So, yeah, I know there's a few boys on this SA team that don't mind to have a few words to each other. Ball going from Attenborough down to Williams.
Another one subbing.
Has Matthews and uses him. Matt Ross at the top, looking for the ball. Has a shorty that he could take. Gives it in the end to Vickery, who's at the top. Back to Ross. Down to Attenborough.
Look at all the space they've got in this bottom corner to work here. Matthews now just stepping into it.
And Matthews going to go at his long pole. Could roll back and give it to Ross. Doesn't. Gives it to Vickery. Attenborough. Williams. Mead with a little cut inside. Williams tries to take his player on. Great defence there by Barneveld Lab. 24 seconds on the shot clock. Attenborough going to have a go. Gives it to Williams. Williams now to Ross. Great D by Evans, but Ross doesn't need a lot of space. Gets that shot off. Still 13 seconds on the shot clock. Attenborough backing that one up. Attenborough, he's going to have a go. Beats his player. Slide comes, shot comes. Attenborough gets his second goal through the 5-hole of Ben Mason. And the South Australians will be happy about that one. They've increased their lead to 2, score 3-1.
Yeah, lovely goal there from Attenborough. SA don't, when they're actually hitting cage on shots, they're converting. The rest of the shots seem to have been going wide. I think Mason's had one save and the rest have just gone wide. Otherwise, the 3 that have actually gone into the net. So when they're going, they're not actually hitting the keeper. When they're hitting the goals, they're actually hitting the net.
Yep. So Gill just breaking there, allowing Tuxford to pick the ball up. So they're locked off, letting Caleb run with the ball. Tuxford, he's handy with the on the field as well, Tuxford, but being used a bit more as a fogo in this tournament. Williams up to Mills. Ross is going to have a crack. Again, doesn't need his hands free by much, and he's just made me into a truth teller. Just got in front of his player and let it rip, and he's put one past Mason, just opposite side of the stick, shot it high, and Matt Ross will be happy with that one.
Yeah, that was a lovely goal. Just started his dodge from the top and kind of faded to the right. Released the ball at the right time, caught Mason off guard, and really freed the hands and stuck it high. So we go back to the dot.
McGurr and Nesbitt going at it. Officials have to do their little dance first. Here we go. Whistle goes. McGurr tries to... Whoa, he's been shoved by Nesbitt. WA already going defensive and putting a long pole in for the face-off. The South Australian guys pretty reliable in that Fogo spot. Clothier gives it off to Vickery. Over to Matthews. Attenborough, Williams. Mead come out and playing on the 45 now. Gets it up to Ross. Mead, he wants to go at his man. Rolls inside, double comes, good switch. Gives it to Ross, Matthews. Matthews back to Mead. Mead shoots. Bang! That's another big goal by SA.
Wowee.
Getting a lot of shots from downtown, the SA Reds, and that was a beautiful goal by Tyler Mead.
Mead was literally standing on the 15-metre mark here of the women's fan. He had 1 foot either side of it and just let it rip. There is a timeout being called by WA.
So I reckon that's WA's second timeout for the half.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it for them. So they've used their timeouts early. But South Australia putting the WA boys under a lot of pressure. 5-1? No, I think that's right. 5-1 at this timeout. Only a little bit of time left in the quarter, but South Australia are up and about.
Yeah, and just off topic for a second, Pete, we have been talking all day about the East Fremantle under-15s who have been away or have gone away to Hong Kong to play in the Hong Kong Open, so left the club right during a national championship at home ground.
Yeah, they could be here volunteering. We've got President Tony Martella right next to us, and he's saying, why are these boys left?
Anyway, good news. So they played this morning. They went down by 2 goals. Played this afternoon and won 9-7. So
fantastic.
Boys getting a win. That's just great news for them. Awesome. Tony's giving us 2 thumbs up as well.
That's awesome. And while the timing is unfortunate, a fantastic opportunity for those boys to get over there and play in that international carnival atmosphere. Really, it's different, isn't it, yeah. Shendell? We were both in Korea last year, and it really is. It's just a different environment, and awesome for those boys to experience that.
Yeah, and also different weather conditions. I think that's what you learn you got to learn to adapt as a lacrosse player if you want to move into high performance. So they're getting a taste of it really young. It was so ridiculously humid in Korea, and I think Hong Kong wouldn't be much different. So good for them to get a taste of what international lacrosse is like at a young age, and if this is something they want to pursue, and if they can handle the conditions of it.
So Tuxford winning that one, but there was a bit of an interference on the play. So while WA won possession, the Reds will get it because, Tuxford was just interfered with, just had his legs taken out from under him a little.
Just one!
Got a running commentary going on the YouTube channel in the chat too.
Love to hear it. We'll talk about that at the break.
Matthews pushed hard out by Lay. Williams coming up from the top. double team. The slides come. That's good. Put a lot of pressure on that pass. Valentic now.
You can tell the South Australians are being confident with their shooting from where they're shooting from, and I think now that's why WA's adjusted with that timeout to take away that space and kind of
Matthews, hands free. Again, that pressure that's really what the WA guys have obviously talked about.
Yeah.
Get out and make them under pressure, pass under pressure, and let's see how they can handle the heat.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, they just, in the last, since that timeout, taken a bit of confidence away, actually setting that slide earlier and putting some pressure on the ball, and that's saved WA. But that ball's rolled out of play on the far side, an unforced error.
And that's quarter time here at Preston Point Reserve, home of the East Freo Lacrosse Club. South Australia 5, Western Australia 1. Winner will meet Victoria in the grand final tomorrow. So a lot on the line here for these lads. It all going the way of South Australia so far.
Yeah, I think just looking at the stats that I've got in front of me, Pete, face-off is key to this game, and right now South Australia have got 5 face-off possessions, WA with only 2. They're getting a lot of infractions on that possession, so an interference call, a hold call, whatever it be, in the rear, whatever you want to call it, and WA need to clean it up because that's giving South Australia an easy run to start with the ball without any competition and giving them the opportunity to get to play offence.
And I think there was the one goal where Vickery drove left and found Mead on a cut, but I reckon the rest of them have been from, at least past the 11 metre, 15 metre line.
Yeah, and they are shooting high, and like we said, look at Mac Allen here, the defensive coach for WA, just talking about his footwork as he explains to his player the difference and how he wants him to be standing lower and just adjusting his footwork. And Mac's a brilliant coach. He's from Canada. He plays both field and box lacrosse, so he's got a lot of depth to his game, and I can just see the way he's really explaining this player. It's so good to see this kind of talent being given to youth. And then now all the rest of the defense have stepped around Mac to hear what he's got to say.
No, I really like the way they split up into their groups too. They've had a bit of a chat together, but now they've gone into their different ends of the field, and they're going to talk about what we're going to do in offense.
Yep.
What are we doing in defense? And hopefully the two can come together and put together a magical story.
Yeah, it's good to see. And look, over SA is just coach heavy, right? You've got 3 awesome coaches over there: Mullins, Carter, and Townsley.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much of Townsley.
Yeah, so Reese is an American that's come over, and he seems to have found his place here in Adelaide. He's actually doing some work with Lacrosse SA as well.
Yep.
So really taking some of that recruiting on board from an association perspective. So great to have Reese involved. He's got a lot of experience, as does, and then having Carter and Mullins as well. They have got a lot of talent on their coaching staff as well.
Yeah, those two players, MLS players last year.
Yep.
And Anson with an array of world championships under his belt. Mullins played a couple of world championships for Australia in the box format.
So the boys go at it again. Tuxford able to get it out to himself. Not getting caught in the back of his stick this time, so he gets to go down to the offense. Gets the pass down to Williams, and job done for him. So well done to Caleb Tuxford, young player from the Sturt Lacrosse Club.
Ball deep in the offense now for South Australia. Just working around X. There's a penalty on the play. I just heard flag down and saw a hand go up as well.
Mills gets it across to Ross. Has Mead down on the bottom right. And back down to Williams at X. Vickery on the bottom left. Mills at the top. So we need to see some motion now. Vickery about to take his player on. That's Everall. Not a good matchup for me. I think Everall's quite a handy defender for a shorty. Mead now, he's going to go at the long. Great defence there. That's a great slide by Jet Hall. Possibly will get an interference call here, and Mead did have possession. Possibly could have had a flag, but they've called it a loose ball push.
And sorry, there was no flag on the play earlier. I just saw the ref's hand go up.
Yeah. So
clocks have been held. Referees want to have a chat about it. Personnel being changes being made to players on the field.
So they have given Jet Hall a 30 for a push. Probably that is the right call in the end. The Mead did have possession.
Power
So
play
Ross now.
opportunity.
So watch Mead come out of the crease in this 1-4-1, and he'll get the ball, and they'll create and play that side with an extra man.
And he's just lurking around the crease now.
Yep, for now. Here we go. He's just stepped up. In pushes Williams. No one comes to him. There we go, Ben Mason. Grabs a save from a long shot, and that'll get his confidence up and about. Great pass. Oh, a bit high. Couldn't quite pull it in lay.
Thought there was nearly possibly a hold there, but the play on is the call ball rolling.
Ball's loose. Vickery picking it up. Pushed out of bounds by a bigger body.
Townsley asking for the penalty. Lots of whistles going.
Vickery had the ball in his stick. They've called a timeout just as he was being pushed out of bounds. Smart coaching there by South Australia. They'll keep possession and have a bit of man up. Not man up, bit of offence.
Yeah.
So, really good work.
Bit going on here. Don't mind it.
There is a bit going on.
I'm the worst person to have the stats job too, Pete, because I get so caught up in enjoying the game that I miss things like, oh, that's a save. Oh, I forgot to record that. Or, oh, there was a face-off and someone won it and I didn't write it down. Luckily, we've got the WA stats man to my right. And if I need to ask questions and check in on where things are at, I can just lean over and ask.
He's. I just heard him say, you got to pay for every question.
Nah. The stat man I've known for about 30 years of my life, and we'll be paying him nothing.
Well, commiserations to him for having to know you that long.
For knowing me that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I hope he's all right.
Actually, you've known me 30 years as
Yeah,
well,
I
to be
probably
fair.
have. And let's just talk about that, Shendell. Back in the day, they used to bill it.
Yes.
Teams used to bill it. And my first trip to Perth was actually for a tournament, an under-15 tournament at this very ground. And I had the pleasure of staying with the Oliver family.
Yep.
And one of the best trips I had, actually, I've been here as a junior for 2 trips, and they were some of the best trips I had. Great people over here, and now you and I get to do this awesome job together.
I know. Who would have thought all the way back then we'd be here this many years later, just talking about lacrosse and still loving it as much as we did.
Unreal, huh?
Mm.
So good.
I was just a little kid. Like, yeah, I'm a bit younger.
I do feel for these kids that miss out on that.
Yeah, the connections you make with billeting, but I guess there's a child protection issue now and risk management that we've got to, be aware of.
Yeah, I understand all that.
But yeah, the billeting system was always awesome.
Yeah, I actually had a billet. One of my billets ended up being a groomsman at my wedding from Victoria. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still friends with most of my billet families.
Matthews getting absolutely monstered by 2 WA shirts, getting it down to Vickery. Across to Attenborough. Attenborough rolls around, gets inside, hands are free, great trail check. That was awesome from Regalievich. He's now got the ball in his stick, looks up, finds Jet Hall. Jet Hall could go in and shoot, does, misses. Rowan Glass backs it up, great work. So many poles trying to get goals from both of these teams.
Interesting shot choice, because he dropped it low and went under. I probably would have pulled the stick high and actually thrown it over the shoulder. But props to him for creativity.
Matt Banjak last night for South Australia did a great pole goal. Went high from high to low. Used every inch of the pole to get some speed. But Rowan Glass now with the ball at X for WA. Just running around with his head up. Great lacrosse. Gets it over to Payne. Payne looking inside for McCracken. McCracken, good option. Just getting it out. It would have been off balance if he had a shot. Now he's inside. Could shoot. Does! Oh, great save by Filippa. Just a foot save. Putting his foot in the right spot. Matthews now beats 2. He's on the run. Just slowing things down now. He's looking for help.
See, I got caught.
Finds it in Attenborough.
I got caught up on that brilliant save by Filippa. I nearly missed actually recording it. This is the problem. I enjoy lacrosse so much. A great foot save. Toe save I'm hearing from my audience.
Matt Ross, hands are free. Has the shot. Good save there by Mason. That has been let go. Run over the ball was Tom Warren. De Cruz gets it over to Matthews, and good bit of play there by South Australia. Matthews now having a shot at the shorty. That's Will Frensham. Down to Attenborough. Sorry, Williams. Now Mead. Great work, Mead. Gave himself enough space to get the shot away. Oh, no backup on that shot. Oh, that's uncharacteristic from SA. They've normally got two guys back there. But WA bringing the ball in. Shinsky. Oh, he wore that bump well. Shinsky now, he's got another one to beat. Wore that bump well. Great work. There's not many in front.
Penalty
just
on the
slows
play.
It up.
Flag's gone high.
Frensham now with the ball. They can still use all 60 seconds of the shot clock. Frensham goes in, gets his hands free, lets it rip, and puts it wide.
And there is a penalty coming on the player. I saw that flag. It absolutely went 4 kilometres in the air.
Yep. Just started that one a little bit prematurely, the officials.
Roger, 1 man down. Goal will start full outside with you, Luke.
Do you reckon
30-second offside call, says official Zach Tremlett.
Do you reckon the refs, part of their warm-up, they throw the flag, see how, just make sure they go?
I think they all catch up on a Wednesday night and just
Bit of training.
Rubber bands, you know,
Yeah.
just down up.
Bit of
Down
training.
up.
I'll tell you a story about that shortly when we're not in the middle of play.
WA, power play for them. What can they come up with? Moving the ball around. Glass to McCracken. McCracken just stepping inside. Shot can't beat Filippa. Ball goes out of bounds.
Penalty's been released for South Australia now, and they're back to 6-on-6.
Gill. Frensham to Glass. Glass driving in. Clothier does enough to hold him up. Turning it round, back to Frensham. Frensham now, he goes on his right. Gets his hands free. Big bounce. Don't mind it. The bounce just unpredictable. Tim Kennedy was telling us last night in this very matchup. Warren has the shorty. Great step by Warren. Rolls back onto his left, back onto his right. Gets it to McCracken. McCracken has Banjak to beat. Banjak, the goal scorer with a pole last night. Gill gets up, gets high, but De Cruz, great check by De Cruz to get that trail check. Picked up by Bias. He is a bull taxi, Bias. Bias gets it down low to Attenborough. Pass not great. Mead can't control it. Coming back the other way. 2 bodies at the ball.
It's a whistle. It's a whistle on the play there. Ball's going to go the way of South Australia.
That was, in my opinion, that was just 2 blokes going hard at it.
Yep, I agree.
And should have been play on, but ends up with South Australia. Mead getting pushed hard out there by Inge Laidley. Vickery. Mills. Matthews. Williams. Really driving hard on those long poles. Great look for Matthews, and that's a great goal. That was an excellent 2-man game there by Matthews and Williams. Williams driving, drawing the dump. Matthews setting the pick, rolling inside, and a great South Australian goal. Great team effort.
Yeah, very, very nice. The first one for the quarter.
Yeah, 6 minutes to go in this quarter and only 1 goal scored. 6 goals to 1 in favour of South Australia.
WA haven't scored for some time. SA have scored the last 3, so they want to get a number on the board and just kind of slow them down. Can see a few changes being made. We're back at the face-off. Ball being won to South Australia. They're going to get that possession there.
Be a flag on the play. No. Umpire reached down but didn't throw. McGurk, great face-off win for him. Ball going low through Attenborough to Williams.
Just going to work its way around the offensive zone for South Australia. Wanting to set up and dodge from top.
Ross has got a great shot. The pass not great. And a turnover. Unforced error there by South Australia. Western Australia now a chance to go down and play some offence. Really need to stem the flow of SA goals here. Like you said, Shandell, the runner play has been with them.
Yeah, 3 goals. They've got to break this drought, WA, if they want to stay competitive in this match. A nice little run out, running the ball out of defence there by WA.
Everall tries his hardest to get over the halfway line and does. Flag on the play. Can use the whole shot clock still. McCracken, he's going to have a go. Does! I like that shot. That was all right. From 11 metres, Jack McCracken has the shot. It goes wide. They need to be putting Liam Philippa under pressure, though. Like you said, how many saves has he got, Shandell?
Well, look, I'm only recording the ones that he's actually getting stick to.
Yep.
So he's got 2 in this quarter.
Yeah.
But the ones that are going wide, I'm not actually counting the save because they're wide.
Yeah, 100%.
Or over the crossbar. So he's got 2 for now.
And that's more where my point was going, was that he's only had to make 2 saves.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of them have been sprayed wide.
Yeah, and same with Mason. He's had 2 this quarter, but the rest have gone wide for SA or in the net.
Got to be putting the goalies under a bit more pressure than that. Western Australia now, power play. McCracken with the ball. Down to Gill.
Defense really creeping in tight here for SA.
Glass. Warren. McCracken.
One more
Great
to the
dump
crease.
down. Oh, unfortunate. That's off the bar. Off the pipe, and while the backup was on this side, South Australia have backed up on the other side. So an unfortunate pipe, that one for WA. Didn't mind the play.
Yeah, I
Didn't
really
mind
liked
the shot.
it. The one more and the crease shot, really, really nice, but just wasn't able to stick it, and SA with the backup, so they're rewarded with the ball.
Simple game, really, isn't it?
Oh, very much. As the ball sent back to Philippa down the middle of the field, he's going to send it down deep into offense. That Mead with the ball now.
Yep, that's missed everything. Fell well for Mead. Mead to Attenborough. Attenborough to Williams. Williams to the back of the net. So great transition goal. Bit fortunate for WA that it missed everything and fell in the lap of Mead. And Mead doing enough speed to get the ball down to Attenborough. And Attenborough just finding Williams.
Yeah, very, very lucky roll. A great clear, a redirect there from the back line through to the keeper, and then just sent it long, miss, and rolled into Mead's stick, giving them the opportunity to just have a couple of passes and stick that one away. We are back to the face-off. Any comments there? Are you looking at the YouTube feed?
Yeah, looking on the YouTube feed, all I can see is Tommy Tux from Southside Custom Lacrosse. Just giving his own commentary via text.
Okay. Ball is won from the face-off there by SA again. So that's 3 wins in the face this quarter for South Australia.
Great work by Tuxford just to do enough to get that ball away under a lot of pressure. Speaking of Tommy Tuxford, that's Tommy's son, Caleb. And South Australia now retaining possession.
Just taking some time, working the ball around the offensive zone. They're in no rush. They've still got 45 seconds pretty much left on the shot clock, so heaps of time, and then they're not in a rush now. They've established a really good lead here, 7-1 over WA. So, yeah, just settling in now, I think.
Mills having a go at Everall. Everall too strong, just holds Mills up. Ross now getting it across to Mead. Mead, he runs hard, gets his hands free. Shoots wide again, not putting any pressure on the goalkeeper. Ball staying with Red. Clothier with the ball. Not Clothier. Vickery, my apologies. Vickery with the ball. Vickery driving on that left. Williams getting out of his way. Vickery looking inside. Looks up, finds Ross. Ross now will want to have a go.
He's also
Doesn't.
dangerous from there.
Ross has Glass to beat. Ross, hands free, doesn't mind shooting from there. Not a bad option when just Ben Mason looking into the sun there.
Yeah, I'm going to give Mason that one as a save, even though he was, I think it did hit pipe.
No reset on the clock, so...
Oh. I'm just going to have to hold that stat for the next one that he makes.
It's handy when you're taking stats with a shot clock because if
Yeah.
there's no reset, you can't give it a save.
You're exactly right, Pete.
Mason with the ball. Running down the field. I like that. Finds Everell. Everell turns and finds Glass. Glass now can just mosey on down to offense. Gives it to McCracken. He's immediately under pressure. Frencham over on this side wants it. The next one, Frencham here, steps. Good defence there by number 61 or 67, Osman. De Cruz now picks the ball up. He is getting hassled. Great check by Frencham. Picked up by McCracken. And good chase by WA there. McCracken still under a lot of pressure.
WA going to be called for offside. You can see Jay Bidwell-Button just having a bit of a chat with the official. Ball is going to go the way of South Australia. Quick start at the midline. Sends it. I'm going to give that one a save to Ben Mason because that's the end of the quarter.
That is a save, and that is half time here at the Preston Point Reserve, home of East Freo Lacrosse. And South Australia looking like they're looking in a good position to book their spot into the grand final tomorrow. They are on 7 goals. Western Australia just a solitary goal. Give us some stats, Shandell.
Yeah, so looking at the face-off, like I said at the last break, WA have only won 2 face-off possessions. SA have won 8. The WA is getting a lot of infringements on that face-off. Looks like WA are going to make a goalkeeper change if I'm seeing what I'm seeing right now. Both keepers with 3 saves for Mason, 2 for Philippa. Philippa hasn't seen a lot of shots. Mason made 1 in the first quarter. If we're talking about goal scorers, Attenborough's having a good day. He's got 2. Mead's got 2. Frencham from WA has got 1. Ross has got 1. And Williams has 1. So quite a few different goal scorers, but WA actually need to start finding net if they want to compete.
Excellent work, Shandell, as always on the mic. We're going to take a short break here and be back with all the second half action real soon. Welcome back to the Preston Point Reserve here at East Fremantle Lacrosse Club. We are watching South Australia versus Western Australia in the semi-final, where the winner will take on Victoria in tomorrow's grand final. So far it's gone all the way of South Australia. They're on 7. Western Australia with just 1 goal at the moment. And Tuxford going at the ball with Gill. And WA coming up with the ball through Everall. Shendell, how did you see the first half?
I saw a lot of SA in control of the ball, just retaining possession, taking their time. I think, like I said at the break, WA need to clean up their face-offs if they want to compete, and it looks like they've had a chat about that in the break, because that was a really great face-off win.
So Will Frensham with the only goal for WA so far with the ball. He gets it low. Now with Gill. Gill beats his player, hands are free, rolls inside, gets on top. Another big save by Filippa, but McCracken picks up the crumbs, and McCracken puts the ball in the back of the net. That is the way WA wanted to start.
Yeah, so on that one, you've got to give the stat there to Filippa for the first one, but he just wasn't able to reset quick enough, and McCracken capitalised on that with a bit of a garbage goal, but a goal's a goal when it gets over that line. Marks count on the scoreboard, and a good start for Western Australia.
Great work by McCracken. The ball just fell right up nicely for him, bounced up high, and he was able to just one-touch that straight into the back of the net. Nothing Filippa could have done with that one. But yeah, great save for the first. So McGurr and Gill are going to go at it at the face-off X.
I think if you're a young player watching at home, you've just got to get quick hands. If you're going to shoot, you need to start learning to be a reactive shooter too.
Yeah.
So not just shooting from outside, but in your training at home, your one-on-one, start throwing the ball low on your wall ball and just trying to react quickly to where the ball's going. Because if you can do that and then release again quickly, you're going to be a much better player for it, as you just saw on that shot.
So we've got a withholding call on Gill. And the WA coaches are not happy with that. They thought it was the other way round. McGurr now gets the ball out. Pushed hard. Jet Hall, he's having a great game, Jet Hall. Tries to get the wood on Williams. Williams getting really pushed hard. And now able to just settle it down. Mead with the ball at X. Down to Attenborough. Attenborough has Everall on him. Everall's been great in the midi D. Williams, Matthews, double teaming WA as they are a player up.
They've got to use this smartly. You've got to find that takeaway play here and just shut down.
Good speed by Matthews. Mead now with the ball. This is the one I'd be locking off if you can, but he's a strong fella and got himself free, but that's a big save by Nathan Lance, who's fresh in just this quarter. Passes letting him down. They did last night as well, as that one results in a turnover. Bryn Bias picking that one up. Bias now running the ball to X. Evans really trying to dislodge that ball.
WA have certainly come out a different looking squad in the second half. They've just seemed to have got more fire in their belly.
They're intense. They're angry. They want this ball. Hungry for it. Williams. Vickery was the intended destination of that pass, but they're just not quite getting to him.
But that's the perfect cut by Vickery. When you're coming onto the field off the bench, that's where you should be headed, straight to the cooker and being available.
So there's a flag on the play, 2 flags on the play. Ball's loose. And
Another
now the
flag.
turnover sees 2. Is there 2 or 3 flags?
I thought there was 2. They're both on the ground.
2, yeah. So Toby Vickery's going to get one for a slash. And a cross-check. So 2 minutes for the cross-check. So they will be a man up for 2 minutes. They'll be 2 man up for 1 minute. So WA, a good opportunity here to get a couple of goals. They certainly could do with a couple more.
6 on 4.
Yeah, for 2 minutes,
penalties,
yes. 6-on-4 for 2 minutes.
And a hold time has been called by the referee, but 6-on-4 is a big advantage. That defense has to work together either in a box or a diamond and just be absolutely
Yeah.
dialed in. And then meanwhile, on the off-ball side, those offensive players just need to be working their butts off to be presenting and be free, I would say, potentially on the bottom corners.
Yeah, look, having 2 extra players, you should technically have 2 players ready to shoot
Uh-huh.
with no one on them. So you just have to always put yourself in a. You almost don't need to play with the 6-on-4.
Yep.
Just put yourself in a shooting position and let the ball do the work, and someone should end up with a free shot. So WA, what are they going to do here? Moving the ball around. Gill gets it to X with Warren. McCracken.
I find it really interesting when you've got this kind of advantage if you're going to just hang at X as a player, because you're not a threat back there. You can feed and you've got to make people turn their head. But shot there, saved by Philippa. I just think sometimes you might be wasted at playing at that X corner. You're probably better off staying at goal line extended where you're available to shoot.
Yeah, and I think that's right. You've got to be dangerous all the time. Timeout red. So South Australia just getting possession. They are going to be man down for probably another 90 seconds. So a lot of work to do and a shot clock to be wary of as well. But yeah, I do tend to agree, Shandell. If you're going to be playing at X, particularly in a man down, or especially in a man down, you need to be on that GLE. You can still back up the shot. But if you're a GLE, you're always a threat.
Yeah. If standing at X, yeah, it's nice you've got the backup.
Yeah.
But you're not actually in a threat in a position to score. And I always say, in a man up, particularly, be in a spot that you can just catch and shoot.
Totally agree. Couldn't agree more.
Now, I said earlier in the game, Pete, I was going to tell you a story about flags flying.
Yes.
In 2014, I went to Denver to the World Championships, and you see these refs and they're chucking their flags all around like fireworks. One game, the Aussie, because we're a bunch of larrikins, we go to World Championships. There was a bunch of Aussie guys sitting in front of us, and there was probably, I'd say, at least 100, 200 Aussie fans at this World Championship. And when the umpire would go throw the flag against, it didn't matter which hoop was playing that day, it was Australia playing someone. You heard flag, and then you hear flag, and all these little homemade yellow flags were flying up in the crowd. So a bunch of the Aussie guys had gone and got like marbles or rocks and tied them to yellow napkins and made some flags. It was just so funny and such a good memory, and just cracks me up. I just love how Aussies travel to World Championships, and I'll never forget that time.
Unreal. That's a cool story. I like that. And I can picture it. I can just see someone with a beer in their hand going, you know what we should do? We should make a whole bunch of flags and just throw them up.
And there was 10 of them, right? And because they kept flying around the audience or the stadium, they just come from different places, so everyone was joined in.
So SA under a lot of pressure. They're probably just one man down at the moment. But Ross just holding on to that ball, but the defence doing enough to dislodge it. Williams tries to pick it up but can't. Ends up in the stick of Rigalievich. He's having a good tournament.
Yeah.
Now with Inge Laidley. Gets it over to Lay.
WA just need to be mindful of the sun when making these passes too. I just saw that one look like it was into the eyes of the attacker.
McCracken just slowing things down. They can get their right personnel on now.
WA just gonna...
Still a man down, South Australia.
Yeah, this is what I mean, just running the ball through X. I've got to play a little bit higher, but that's probably a coaching strategy, and save there from Philippa.
Yeah, another good save. You've got to get him moving, and I said this last night with TK. If they're going to just keep throwing bombs from downtown, Philippa's going to eat them up all day. You've got to get him moving.
Yeah, WA with the reset. Still a 6-on-5.
Gill. No one coming at him, so he shoots, but that's another one of those shots from downtown where Liam's going to eat those up every day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, WA in the power play, surely they should be looking to feed the man on the crease too. Great read there.
Philippa just shooting that one a bit far. Comes back to WA. McCracken with the ball. He gets it over to Gill, down to Frensham. Frensham has Glass, takes that option. Glass just Stepping back, looking to give himself a bit of space. Frencham, Gill. Still with Gill. Gill's got a shorty, Bryn Bias rather. I don't mind that matchup. I reckon he could go through that. Has a go, Gill. Being held up well by Bias. Good defence. McCracken now gets it low.
Ball.
Tregurtha. Oh, the pass is no good. That's going to be over and back. So South Australia picking that up. Mead now with the ball. Watch his back. Oh, 25. That Connor Evans could have really made Mead pay for that. Matthews, though, puts the afterburners on. Doesn't need a lot of space. Gets it down low. Gets to Williams. Williams has Mills. Mills now to Mead. Matthews. And that sun's going to start causing people a lot of trouble, Shendell.
Yeah, absolutely. And particularly the goalies if they're going to shoot from this bench side.
Matthews. Mills. Williams. Mills needs to get through. Williams goes left. Gets his hands free. Good save by Lance. That's a really good save. Passes over to Hall. Hall looks up, finds Frencham. Frencham uses his strength to get through. Attenborough. Great work by WA there. Just need to put some in the back of the net now, WA. They've had a lot of the ball this quarter. Frencham. Like to see him take his player on a bit more. Everall.
There's still only one goal being scored in this quarter.
Matthews holds him up. Everall gets it down low to Warren. Warren gives it up to Frencham.
Glass looking to pick for him. There it is.
Frencham going to have a go at Toby Virgo.
I think what
Down
we're
to
seeing
McCracken.
in a lot of the offense that I've seen this week, in a lot of the teams, we're setting the pick high, but no one's reacting once the player goes past.
Yeah.
We seem to think the pick's done and that's the job done.
Yeah.
They're not, it's not like pick and then continue to be a threat. It's like, I've set the pick now, I'd just stand back and watch. I think I've seen it in so many teams this week. You've got to slip inside. That's what the SA women are doing really well.
Yes, I was going to say that. Yeah, SA women are doing that great. Bias, just getting a bit of pressure. That's a turnover. That will be a Western Australia ball. Yeah, totally agree, Shendell. The SA girls are doing that really well, and a lot of teams could take a leaf out of their book.
Just the continued threat. Like, I know that the pick's important and it opens up space, but then you've got to continue to be dangerous. Nice trail check there as well.
Shinsky, there's no interference there. He sort of rolled around himself, but the official has thrown the flag. Ball now with Warren. Warren beats his player, has the long bomb, and I think he's hit a defender. Liam Philippa comes out, collects the ball, and the whistle will blow.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a rush play from WA.
Yeah.
I think that outside shot probably wasn't the right shot. Maybe it was just the excitement of knowing you've got the penalty, going to retain possession anyway.
Yeah, and I think that's just not being used to the shot clock, right? Because if you get a flag, you can keep playing, and if the ball hits the ground, you still play until there's a change of possession or the shot clock runs out.
Yep.
Or the ball goes dead by an out of bounds or some other thing. But they seem to keep going to the goal where they can really just set up and run their normal plays.
Because regardless, you're going to get the full 80, right?
Exactly. Warren with the ball at X. Over to Gill. Glass. McCracken. Great little dodge there by McCracken, but the shot going wide.
Got the back up too.
So Gill now will bring the ball in. SA has got the extra man on.
Just been released.
So we are 6-on-6. Frencham with the ball.
Philippa with 4 saves so far this quarter.
McCracken with the ball at the top. Gets it over to Warren. Warren has the shorty. They want him to go left, but he's gone right. Good defence really by WA, and they've called that an interference again. Glass tries to push in on Clothier.
And 2
Another
more
flag.
flags.
So it'll be interesting to see what the official calls here.
Yeah, so we had the top flag go from the trailing
Got-
official. The one on the far side also called a penalty, and then another flag, which is probably the second that the far side official saw, was the
Yeah.
trails.
So Matt Banjak has come off. So expect him to get a penalty. Interference on Valentic. Slash on Matthew Banjak. And WA calling a timeout. So again, WA are going to go into a 6-on-4 situation. And they couldn't really capitalise on it last time. So hopefully we see a different team come out, different play, different strategy.
Yeah, we just saw head coach Arthur Jackson walk out with the whiteboard, so he's certainly drawing something up.
And the game on the other field, we'll just quickly bring up the scores there. Or not. 10-5. 10-5 the score on that field in favour of Victoria A. So they will meet South Australia A in a grand final for the Division 2 women.
Love that for them.
And great work by the Valkyries though. They've played hard all game, all weekend, and that will be game over for them. No more games, but a great effort by the Valkyries to come over, and I'm sure all of them learned a lot.
Yeah, and I think it's really great. Like I said, those players have come from a variety of teams in the Valkyries. So it's 7 girls from New Zealand, some Victorians, and 4 West Australians making up that Valkyrie team. So just a really awesome learning curve for them.
So if you're watching this, Shendell, how can people get in touch?
Well, there's 3 ways, Pete. There's 4. You can comment on the live stream on YouTube, which you're watching this game on now.
I am.
You can also hit me up, Shendell Mic'd Up on Instagram. You can hit Peter G360 up on Instagram, or you can direct DM us as well via the Australian Lacrosse Network. Happy to give you shout outs. Love to know where you're watching from. Love to know your feedback. If you see a call that you don't agree with, let us know. We probably won't agree because we're not allowed to. But we will certainly.
Are we not?
We're not supposed to. We're not. Well, it's not our job to critique referees. Our job is to call the game. So.
All right. We'll go with that. I'll remember the word. It's all in the wording, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not our job to critique the referees. They're doing that themselves. They've got officials here. They've got referee coaches here for that.
Great work, Will Frensham. Gets that shot away, just goes wide, but using the turf a bit more. I don't mind that.
Yeah, they seem a little more dialed in. This is the 6-on-4 we've been talking about. And look, they're starting to move now, so they're trying to open up a man on the crease.
Oh, yeah, I like that. They've just moved him in there slyly.
One's been released, 1 penalty.
Oh, unlucky on that shot, Tyson Gill. No backup. They've given it to Philippa, I think. So, again, South Australia, a lot of work to do. They did it well last time. Just wound the clock down while the penalties ran out. Bryn Bias, he's been great bringing that ball from defence to attack.
And did his job well. Just transitions, hits the bench and releases offence.
Ross now with the ball.
Oh, and we've just
Williams.
been given a little bit of a treat, a replay, and also just being able to see the far corner.
Williams gets it up to Vickery. Vickery gets pushed out on immediately. Attenborough. Over to Ross. Matthews now. Matthews has a shorty. It's Will Frensham. Matthews having a crack. Good job by Frensham just to hold him up. Matthews gets his hands free though and backed up well by Attenborough.
Yeah, that was nice defence from Frensham.
Yeah, I liked it. Really strong.
Used his stick and his body really well.
So Williams now, he's going to have a go. Goes low, goes high. Gets it up to Vickery. Vickery over to Ross. Ross now giving himself plenty of space. Runs hard down the alley. Gets it to X. Attenborough looks inside, finds Mead. Mead sticks it away. And didn't he like that, Shendell?
Yeah,
Gave a
did.
little bit of a yeah.
Yeah, I'm here and I'm here to play. Number 23, Mead. That's his 3rd of the game. So he's got a hat trick now, and I don't reckon he's here to slow down anytime soon. You can just see how this is going to play out. So you see the ball go to X, and then that little quick stick meet on the crease, and just really gave Lance not a lot of opportunity. Hit his back to the ball, and then had to turn quickly. And meanwhile, Mead cut through the middle and presented for the ball.
Didn't appear to have anyone on him either, Mead.
So he got past his defender, I think. Oh no, he's just literally lurking on the crease.
Yeah, just working his way around in there with nothing to do. So they've called that withholding.
So that's a WA ball.
It is. I dare say YouTube will light up when Tommy sees that one. He will not be happy with that. Ball goes down to Warren. Warren gets it down to X. Glass working his way around, goes onto his right, back onto his left. Oh, has a little player there. That is EJ Payne. He has the shot, saved by Filippa. Ball comes up red.
We've only got seconds left in this quarter, and there it is, the whistle for the end of the third.
So, not a lot of goals scored in that quarter, but Tyson Mead getting the last one there for South Australia. The score is 8-2 in favour of the Reds, and 6 goal the difference.
Yes.
Shandell, is it too much? 1 quarter to go.
I mean, I've seen the pendulum swing from worse big deficits than this, so I don't know if WA can find it, but I feel right now that last goal that Mead got really lifted South Australia's offence. In that quarter, we only saw goals from McCracken and Mead, and Filippa had 4 saves. Lance gone in cold, had 2. I'm liking the body defence that West Australia is playing. I just don't know if it's enough. They don't seem to be putting enough shots on Cage WA to capitalise.
Yeah, I tend to agree. They are doing a lot of long shots, which we've said all weekend. Filippa will just eat up. He's a great goalie, Liam Filippa. So you need to get him moving. And, Western Australia don't seem to be able to get on top of the keeper in such a way that, the same way that South Australia are getting on top of the WA keeper. So, yeah, I do tend to agree. I think South Australia probably have done enough, but this is a game of swings and roundabouts, and anything can happen.
Absolutely.
Got any thoughts on MVP?
Oh, it's early. I have written down WA number 13.
Ah, you've got a pen in your hand, so you're taking stats on who your MVP is. Jet Hall, he has been great, Jet.
I've also liked Mead in the offence for SA. I feel like he's taken a lot of control out there today.
Just useless piece of information. Tyler Mead, his sister Sophie.
I thought that there would be a
playing in the
relation.
girls' team, so potentially 2 Meads could be playing in the grand finals tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got a few brother-sister duos. I love those sibling brother-sister duo crossovers. We've also got the Halls who are playing for Victoria.
Yeah.
So, and then, you have the Meads. I know there's probably going to be a couple more that I haven't mentioned yet, but I love it when imagine being a parent where you just got to have 2 heart attacks every day with your team, that's such a challenge. But
imagine being a parent where you got to pay 2 lots of
state team fees.
That
was my parents, because we were both my brother were both in the system at the same time.
So Tuxford and Gill. About to get this final quarter underway. Just waiting now. Ball goes. Tuxford gets it out behind to himself. Great pressure by Gill to prevent the possession. Gill now running inside. Can he let it go? He does! What a great way to start the 4th quarter. Tyson Gill goes all by himself and puts WA on the scoreboard. Great work by Gill. Tuxford had everything on that face-off, but Gill just was relentless in his pressure. Picked up the ground ball, beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, and put that past Filippa. That is a great way to start the 4th quarter.
Yeah, lovely move out of the face-off. Really fought for the ground ball and then just backed himself. I know he's probably been watching a bit of Charlie Clark over the last few years, who played under 20s for Australia last year. Just likes to win the ball and backs himself going to cage, and that was a great job from Gill.
McGurr gets possession now, but Gill still not letting up. Rigalievich picks the ball up. Pressure comes from the offense of South Australia. Drop the ball. Ball's loose. Picked up by number 3.
Gill again.
Gill, he has been good. There's your man, Jet Hall, trying to get that ball. Ball's coming out. Toby Virgo kicks it down to his defence. Has Filippi can pass to. Can't hold on to it. Ball still loose. We've got a glove off.
Loose equipment.
Virgo's lost the glove, and it will go the way of Western Australia. All that hard work come undone because his glove's a bit loose.
Yeah, that's a coach killer.
Oh, WA, they are up and about. All the momentum with them in this fourth quarter. McCracken with the ball. Down to Warren. Glass.
They've got the full 30. I just heard the referee ask for the reset there. So WA with a big opportunity here.
Tregurtha. Now Warren. Warren has the shorty. Likes going. Tregurtha again. Wants to go left. Beats to Cruz with speed. Looks inside at Glass. Glass gets his hands free. Shoots. That's a beautiful play from WA. Here they come, the boys in gold. Glass just getting that one on the crease. Getting tangled up. Taking 2 steps backwards. Low to high under the top bar. That's a super goal from Glass.
Yeah, and a good feed into the crease by Will Tregurtha. He hasn't. I think Will's hasn't been playing as confidently as he normally does. I know he's from my club, so I know what he's capable of. And
Yeah.
I think he's been a little bit quiet this week, and just then that was really a moment for him where he was able to take control of the ball, work out what he wanted to do, found the feed at the right time, and hit it exactly off the mark.
Good chance for that young fella to step up, and that's a confidence booster if I ever saw one. So, yeah, great work by both those fellas, Tregurtha and Glass. Gill now wants to work hard. Tuxford trying to work equally hard now. Ball still can't be picked up by South Australia. WA wanting it more at the moment. Everall picking it up. Turns into trouble. Still working hard, though, is Everall. Gets it to McCracken. He's immediately pushed out by Banjak. McCracken puts the afterburners on. Gets it to X. Has Glass, so they can take a bit of a moment to slow things down. Glass, he's on a high after that shot. Wants to have a crack. Does. Swim move. Gets tangled up.
Surely, I thought that would be a hold call there. He was really tangled up in that defender's arms. Checking the ball out of play now. He's hungry for that ball, Glass. And there's a push in the rear. And just trying to swim again. Getting a bit chippy.
So there was probably a few calls there that the ref could have made. And they've given it to the guy who was in last. 30 seconds for conduct, which kind of replaces the unsportsmanlike. It's not as severe, so it's for those little things where you think, I better just pull things in a bit. So just the 30 seconds, but WA working super hard, wanting this ball way more than South Australia at the moment.
Yeah, and Glass has done his job and actually come off and released another player onto the field to play this power play. Will Tregurtha, the last feeder, gives it to Warren at X.
McCracken saying this time, so the motion is about to move. We got Gill looking over at McCracken. McCracken, great save by Filippi. That is a really good save. That was a foot save. Great shot by McCracken, making Filippi work hard. Frensham now with the ball. We're even Steven here down at the Western Australia attack end. McCracken with the ball. Pushed out by Banjak. Warren has a shorty. Likes the matchup. South Australia just really sloughing off. They've got about 3 guys backing Valenti Cup. Warren gets hands free but can't quite do anything with it. Still a lot of pressure by South Australia, and that unforced error by Tregurtha allows Cruz to pick it up. He wants a goal. The pass is very wayward, and that can sometimes happen when the long pole finds himself in attack.
I thought that was actually a shot.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
I'm just going to see if I can see that on the replay.
Well, they have called it a shot, so it's a South Australian ball. So Anyway, South Australia with the ball. Western Australian coaches don't like it. Ross gets his left hand free, shoots, goes wide, backed up by... Who is that? Is that Valentic? Yeah. So another flag on the play here. This is going to allow South Australia to kill some of the clock and possibly use their man-up advantage to get a goal and extend their lead. Attenborough brings the ball in. Vickery to Ross, over to Williams. Down to Attenborough. Williams, Ross. Watch for Mead to sneak out that right side. Ball goes down. Williams goes up. Mead goes low. Mead shoots. No, he's dumped it to X. That extra pass again has allowed Attenborough to get the ball, and he's just placed it past the goalie. That's a really good play. They have a lot of options with that motion, and it's going to be hard for Victoria to try and stop that.
Yes, or WA.
Well, WA can't stop it.
Oh, okay. I was like...
They've tried. No, I'm talking about tomorrow.
Okay.
Sorry, I've given the game to South Australia, probably prematurely. I was more talking about the grand final. Victoria will be watching that one closely. But the game isn't over. I shouldn't be so presumptuous. There's still 7 minutes to go and only 5 goals in it. So WA, hungry for the ball, could do something magic here. Gill flicks it up to himself. Bit of a moving pick, not called. Warren.
WA doing well off the face-off in this fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They've won all 4 of them.
Warren gets it up to Glass. Back down to Warren.
Only got one guy working through X at the moment, so they're playing a 2-3-1.
Warren just keeping his head up, trying to find the next pass. McCracken is the guy. Gets it over to Frencham. Everall turns on a dime, gets his hands free, shoots. Flepper makes no mistake catching that one. Long pass, puts it in front of McGurr. McGurr sits up nicely for him, but he can't quite handle it. Ball is loose still. Nope. Oh, great check. That has released Attenborough's stick.
That was a cracking check.
Ah, there you go.
Then called a hold.
Maybe the hand could have been in the back.
Just trying to see it on the replay.
Often, if the hand is in the back, they will call a hold. Attenborough gets it to Williams. Williams down to Mead. Back to Williams this time. Pass comes. Williams just trying to pick that ball up. It wouldn't go in his stick. Ball's loose. Picked up by WA. Regalievich. He gets it to Lance. Big long pass. Great work by McInerney. De Cruz now wants the ball. Ends up in the stick of McInerney. Has Flepper back. Flepper doesn't mind going for a run. Goes up. He's past the restraining line now. Gives it off to Kernaghan. Kernaghan just needs to get it down low to Attenborough. And South Australia can relax for just a second as they get the right personnel on. Williams gets it high to Ross. Ross over to Mills. Mills, great step by Mills. The shot's had. Just goes wide. Nice left-hand shot from Mills. He's a righty by trade. So good effort by that young man. He's been working hard, I know. Ross has Regalievich. Goes right. Hands are free. Gets it low. Vickery looks up. Across to Attenborough. Attenborough takes his player on. Great check there by Barneveld Lab.
Still with him now.
Attenborough, just a little swim, and the shot goes high. May have just had backup there by Kernaghan.
Just under 5 minutes to play here in this final quarter of this semi-final.
Kernaghan drives left, nice fake, looks inside, gives it to Williams. Williams shoots, hits the bar, ball's loose on the far side of the field, picked up by WA. Oh, he's tried to launch that, but it's gone metres in front of him. Picked up, though, by Riga. Gets it to Nesbitt. Jack McCracken.
WA asking for a timeout, wasn't honoured.
McCracken gives it to Glass. Glass has Warren. Warren needs to watch his back. Warren now gives it to Everall. Everall too needs to watch. Does so. Good possession by WA. Shinsky, he gets his hands free. Everall now needs to have a go. Warren looking for someone to pass to. Has Glass at X. Goes inside out. Just falls over. Everall picks it up. Philippa saves. And Virgo is now away off to the races. Looking up, finds Williams. Virgo will spend some time down there. He doesn't mind playing attack. Turns around just to see if there's an option, but no, heading to the bench. Williams with the ball, has Ross. Ross just looks over, wants to see where his team is. Gives it to Williams. Ross sets the pick. Williams shoots. Low shot this time. Great work by Lance to save it. Ball still in play. Picked up by South Australia now with Attenborough.
You can hear the WA coaches asking for absolute lock-off.
Attenborough pushes past Rigolevich. Great trail check. Backed up by Vickery. Good work by Rigolevich. So hush falls over the crowd for a moment.
It's a very, very quiet field right now.
Mills. Great take by Mills. The crowd, the South Australian crowd down there loved it. I could hear them through the headphones. Mills still with the ball. He's going to have a go on this shorty. Gets his hands free, shoots. Ball goes over the top. Don't mind it. Backed up by Vickery.
Yeah, South Australia very confident to pull the trigger.
42 seconds on the clock. Shot
clock, that is.
Shot clock. Vickery shoots. Saved by Lance. Ball picked up by Riga. Riga now has 2 to beat. Beats both of them. Could give it to Warren.
Timeout WA.
So there's a timeout WA. There is also a flag on the play. 2-2 Mills. Hold for 30. So Western Australia have just called a timeout. There will be a 30-second power play for WA as Mills sits on the box. Anything you see, Shendell, stats-wise?
I think Philippa's having a great quarter. He's had 7. Oh, sorry, no, not this quarter. Lance has had 2 good saves in this quarter. A lot of the shots that South Australia are taking are going wide.
Yeah.
Like I said, they're not shy on pulling the trigger. They're just not stinging in it. And I think it's because they're feeling confident to shoot from outside.
Yeah, so just the 3 or 4 goals there for WA. They got 4 different goal scorers.
Yeah, so for WA, their goal scorers are Glass, Gill, Ross. No, Ross is one of South Australia's. I've just got to check my stats again. So Glass, Gill, McCracken, and Frencham.
Yep. No, very good. And for South Australia?
Attenborough's got 3. Mead's got 2. Matthews with 1. Ross with 1. I think that could sum it all up. Frencham, Attenborough. Yeah, that's it.
So 9-4 in favour of South Australia. Our clock says 1 minute 31 remaining. So this will go the way of South Australia. The only question is, what will the final score be? 9-4. Western Australia with the ball and a 30-second power play. So could get 1, maybe 2 back if they can score quickly and get possession from the face-off, which they have done. They have done this quarter, been great in the face-off.
So they've won a 4-0 face-off here.
Yep.
So, and that's what you need is 2 good passes in a power play to finish. And you can just see that motion starting to happen in front of the crease there with the man moving.
McCracken to Glass. Back to McCracken. Back to Glass. Just playing catch. Warren. To Glass. Glass to Warren. Back to Glass.
You can see the player on the
Frencham.
crease. Gill.
McCracken. Oh, that's another good save by Philippa. They've made him work hard this quarter. Well, this half,
Peppered him. Oh, eight saves. Sorry, that's 2 saves for the quarter for Lepper. That was a great
McCracken
foot save from him.
to Glass. Down to Warren. To Gill. Back to Warren.
1 minute to play in this final.
Frensham takes on Virgo. Gets it down low to Gill. Gill now, he's driving hard on the bottom right. Gets it over to Warren. Warren steps in and back inside. Just can't handle the ball. Picked up by Virgo. Virgo will look to go down and score, I reckon. No, he's giving it off to Osman. Osman works himself hard. Ball's dispossessed. Loose ball push, not called. Glass picks it up for WA.
WA just need numbers. There's a wall of South Australian defenders in front of them, and good move by Glass.
Oh,
one in
cops
the
one
head.
in the face. That's come off the post. Play on. Warren with the ball. Turnover. So
2 flags in the air. So probably 22, 23 seconds left on the clock. The clock on our screen's still running, but I reckon it was about 23 seconds when the whistle went. So a final power play opportunity for WA.
So our clock is still running, so not entirely sure where this game is at, but under a minute we're thinking. Coaches are saying got to go first time, so there can't be long left at all. Glass. 7 seconds. I had just heard the umpire calling it down. Need to pick the ball up and shoot. That's the game. Game over. This game is in favour of South Australia. They've won against WA in this semi-final 9-4. They will meet Victoria in tomorrow's grand final in this boys under-18 national championship. Shandell, what a game. Again, not quite how you might have liked it.
Oh, it's fine. The girls got through just before. But, I think great job by South Australia. They really showed what they are made of today. They were diverse with their shooters. They were strong and in control. WA just a little bit behind the mark there. I know they do have a younger team this year, and that's okay. They'll still, they've got experience. They've learnt from this opportunity. And, not ideal not making the final on home turf, but sometimes you just can't, you don't win them all.
Yeah, look, again, same as the girls' comp. I think the boys' comp could have gone any which way.
Yep.
This is a young team, this Western Australian team. I've heard that said by a couple of different people, and not to make excuses for them, but it's really exciting to see that if this is the level of lacrosse they're playing now, give them a year, give them another year or two. They're going to be really exciting, and it can only mean good things for lacrosse in Western Australia.
Yeah, it's so great. It's so great to have a championship here in WA. But to have a junior championship at such a high level is pretty special. So if we're talking about MVPs, Pete, what do you got?
Well, for South Australia, I'm going to go with Lepper.
Okay, yeah, he was brilliant in goals.
I think, particularly in that second half, when WA had all the momentum and were winning some face-offs, he really kept the ball out of the back of the net, which ultimately is his job. But he did it well. WA was shooting much better in the second half and forced him to have to make saves. And some of those foot saves he made were just unbelievable.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. Absolutely outstanding. I think the WA keepers did a pretty good job second half. Lance?
Yeah, Lance was good. I really liked Cooper Rigalovic.
Yeah, he's been so good all week, so consistent.
Thought his defensive work and effort was fantastic.
I can see someone else probably not agreeing with me, but I thought he's been really good. I thought Glass was good today for WA.
Yeah, Glass has been great. The couple of games I've called for WA. So, again, it could go any which way. Both these teams are stacked full of talent. And like you keep saying, Shandell, we don't know who was assigned what tasks. And often, you might give a player a job, a role, and they might play that role really, really well.
Yep.
And we have no idea but they'll get MVP just based on being able to do their job that they were given.
Yeah, totally. And that's the excitement of coaching assignments. Sometimes you can't predict, or you tell a player you want something specific done, and I do it myself. But yeah, you don't know what coaches have asked of players, which is the tricky part. But players that did step up today, there was. I thought Gill was good for WA. I thought Lance had a good second half for South Australia. Falepa was good. I thought Mead was pretty solid in the offense for SA. I think he played a real good leadership role along with Attenborough.
And look, I think Tuxford early was great as well, which gave South Australia first use of the ball in a crucial part of the game. But, the game hadn't been won or lost then. A lot to play for, and Tuxford seemed to get a fair bit of possession. So
yep. Yeah, he was pretty, and he had a big fan online. So we just see the coaches conversing about their MVPs. Which one's going to have a chat? They've got so many coaches.
Yeah, there's almost as many coaches as there is players.
So Arthur Jackson speaking first on behalf of WA and will be announcing the SA MVP. Arthur, a young up-and-coming HP coach here in WA. A great guy from my home club, gone to Subiaco this year to pursue state league opportunities as a coach. Been involved with quite a few WA teams now, and I think he's got a big career ahead and so well respected by the young guys. I think the fact that he's just stepped out of state league into a coaching role, people have seen him play, they know what he can do, they know what he can bring, and he's so positive, and he's got a great line of coaching stuff with him.
Falepa.
On point. Is that the first one you got right? Second one?
Yeah, I haven't got too many right. Liam played really well, particularly when WA were coming strong.
And for WA, so we've got Coach Townsley speaking on behalf of South Australia. You can tell by the accent. Can't see it, but you can tell by the accent. Certainly not Anson or Mullins.
He certainly has one of those big booming voices too, Reese.
And the winner is Rowan Glass.
There you go.
Ding, ding, ding. We got one each again.
Yeah, that was, again, one of the 5 you picked.
Yeah. People might think we know what we're talking about, Pete, even if I list the whole roster.
So that's the final game for today here at Preston Point Reserve, home of East Freo Lacrosse Club. Congratulations to South Australia. They will meet Victoria in the grand final. My name's Pete Greenholsch. I've been joined by Shendell Oliver.
You.
Thanks for being here, Shendell. We get to do it all over again tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll hear us all day. Sorry, viewers.
And thank you to Jackson Bybee on the camera and Blake Billsborough in production. What a great day at Lacrosse. Can't wait to do it all again tomorrow. We'll see you real soon from the crease to the crowd.
Yeah, that's the sign off.
All right, we'll see you all tomorrow.
Peace out.